Hello, it's Angela from Create for Living, and here we are with another bullet journal teacher's plan with me. And it's the summer term already, which I am thrilled about. So excited that the sun is out in the evenings. We're into that exam season. I teach high school maths, so marking A-level papers and GCSE papers. Lots and lots of marking and preparing our students for their exam season. We're just excited to see them have the opportunity to go on and show how much they've learned. So it's an exciting time, it's a busy time. But this bullet journal is going to be what helps keep me sane. So you can see I've chosen a Sudoku theme. I haven't actually done Sudokus in years, and I just thought this would be kind of a fun theme, quite easy decorative elements. I just got the Sudokus off Pinterest, and I thought it would be a really fun way to add sort of a mathematical element, because I'm a math teacher, and yet have this decoration. And you can see on the side the colors that inspired all of that washi is from Poundland. It cost £1 for the 6 rolls, and I'm just doing a tear decorative element with the washi, so just tearing little strips to add a little bit of color and a little bit of pop. My bullet journal for work is very much about functionality, but I still like it to be a little bit pretty, so I don't want to spend too much time setting it up. And I have quite basic standard layouts that I kind of go to regularly. I might change things up next year, but for now I'm just sticking to tried and tested. So there's 5 weeks in the summer A term, and so I've divided this into those 5 weeks, and a work week only has 5 days. So I've only got Monday to Friday with a notes section at the end. And to keep with the Sudoku theme, I've just done little 4x4 Sudokus. So if I want a little bit of a de-stress during the day, or break time, or just before school, I can quickly do my Sudoku for the week. So that's been actually really fun to do. At the time of filming this voiceover, I'm actually halfway through the summer A term. I've tried this voiceover a few times, but it's been a bit like going to the photocopy machine at school, and I know you teachers can relate. Every time you go, something just seems to go wrong. The paper jams, or it's out of paper, or the machines are out of staples, or there's a long queue. Well, filming this video has been a bit like that. I had a sneezing fit the last time I did a voiceover a few days ago, and another time it didn't save, so I'm really hoping that this time you get to see and hear this video and I get to upload it for you. So sorry it's a few weeks late, but I know you teachers out there will relate to things not always going to plan, and I hope it'll still inspire you and help you for any future planning that you have. So you can see I've just done the lines, and now I'm just filling in my timetable. If you've watched any of my other teachers' bullet journals to date, you'll see that I do this overview calendar for each term, and I color code it with my timetable. And at the moment I'm using a waterproof pen. This is a Uniball waterproof pen, and I really like it. I managed to find it at a bargain at Morrison's, which was something like £2 for 4 in a pack, and I think it's one of my new favorite pens, so I'll be using that regularly. And now I'm just going to use some Crayolas to do the color coding, so just pulling out the colors I normally use. And if you've watched previous ones, you'll see that I recommend starting with lighter colors in case you make a mistake. Unfortunately, I started with that and then didn't pay enough attention, and I do actually make a mistake on Thursday, which you'll see as you see me filling out this color coding. So each color just represents a different class, and I find that much quicker and easier than having a written number 7, 8, 9, rather just having a different color for each of my classes. And I use that color theme in everything teacher related for those classes, all my planning, my PowerPoints, etc. I do most of my planning on PowerPoints, so this is just really kind of an index to whether I've created the PowerPoint or not, or which PowerPoint I intend to use. And you can see, yes, I did make a mistake on Thursday, so I'm just putting over some white paper, just cutting that up and sticking that over. And I'm not too worried about the fact that it's a slightly different color, because I am going to be in a moment just redoing the color coding, and hopefully this time I won't make a mistake. So I think you just got to accept that sometimes things don't go to plan and just go with it. There's always a solution, so don't be terrified of making mistakes in your bullet journals, because then you won't use them. And actually the important thing is that you make good use of them. That's really what matters. So again, just decorating with washi. This time you can see I'm tearing the washi, and I really like that kind of ragged effect that it has. It just creates a little bit of a decorative element in a few seconds, and makes the whole term have sort of a cohesiveness. I wanted to emphasize that gold and also cover up a bit of a mistake on the side of that Sudoku, so I'm just going over the lettering with gold, doing a bit of outlining, and again outlining the calendar so that everything looks like it belongs together. So we're onto our weekly spreads, changing the layout slightly, using one page for each week, but rather than going across the 2 pages, I'm going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on the top, and then Thursday, Friday in the bottom in a note section. So creating this as a 6 by 6 Sudoku in the bottom right of the page in the notes section. Again, just having another opportunity to have a bit of play and have a bit of decoration and a bit of thematic elements, which is always fun. It's not something I consider necessary in my work bullet journal, because it's all about function and I tend to play in my personal bullet journal, but it definitely makes me look forward to it more when it looks lovely and there's something fun to do. And I have found this really useful. So just adding any important dates from the calendar into the weeklies and just writing a heading. You can see on the one side I did that as a word, on the other side I didn't use the same format, I used numbers. And it really is about just doing whatever you feel like doing, making this personalized. Again, try and pay attention when you're doing color coding so that you don't make mistakes like I did. And I find that really useful. So this is just a chance to say if there's any tests or if there's class that's missing, or if I've already prepared. What I do is over that box that's color coded, I do one line like a bullet journal diagonal to say I've started the planning, and across to say it's completed. And then I also write the index of what the PowerPoint is once I've made that, so I know which PowerPoint to use. And I might write any notes about homework or anything like that. So I'm just going to create all of those weeklies. So there's 5 weeks, so I did that for 5 weeks. Exactly the same layouts. Unlike my personal bullet journal where I change each weekly, just because I like the change, in my work bullet journal I try to keep quite uniform for each half term. So just stick to what works. This is ultimately just a place where I write down my lists and things and tasks and to-dos, and have an overview of any important key dates or things to remember, any notes on behavior, anything that I just need to recall. So just outlining everything in gold, and you can see where we're at so far with, again, the little strips of washi, and you can see I have the meeting notes, inserts, and the end. So that is my bullet journal set up for spring, and I'm just finishing that off now, making sure all the color coding is done throughout. So let me know what you think of this bullet journal. Do you use a customized bullet journal? I'm starting to think of my bullet journal for next academic year, starting September. I love spending the summer setting up my new bullet journal, and I'm thinking of making it quite different for my work bullet journal next year. I've even seen the new black and white blackout journals from Archer and Olive, and I'm wondering, should I do a black journal with gel pens for my bullet journal next year, or should I stick to something similar to this? I'm not sure if I want to still keep a Scribbles That Matter bullet journal, if I should move to a traveler's notebook for my work bullet journal. What system do you use? What do you think? What would you like to see me try? I'd love to hear in the comments. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe for more creative journaling. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Alright, quick flip through.